Welcome back to another MLB divisional preview. Today I'll be looking at the NL West, and I'm previewing every MLB division, then I'm making my season predictions. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss a video. Starting off with the Colorado Rockies, they finished last season at 61 and 101, and over the offseason they lost Brennan Rodgers and Cal Quantrill. Then they added Thairo Estrada, Kyle Farmer, Scott Alexander, Diego Castillo, and Jimmy Herget. This offseason they didn't really get better, but this season they're going to have a lot of prospects coming up, including the number one prospect, Chase Dollander. He's expected to be called up this season, and he could be a great addition to their rotation. Last season in the minor leagues, he pitched 118 innings with a 2.59 ERA and 169 strikeouts. Then they'll also have Yanquiel Fernandez, Adalio Amador, Zach Veen, and Drew Romo. And they already have a few bright spots on this team already, with Brenton Doyle and Ezequiel Tovar. Doyle's coming off a very good season, where he hit 260 with 24 doubles, 23 home runs, and 30 stolen bases, while playing very good defense. Then Ezequiel Tovar had a breakout season, where he batted 269 with 45 doubles and 26 home runs. And if they're going to make a jump this season, Nolan Jones is going to have to play a lot better. Nolan Jones last season in 79 games batted only 227 with 13 doubles and 3 home runs, which is a lot worse than 2023, where he batted 297 with 20 home runs and 22 doubles. So if he has a bounce back season, and some of their prospects that get called up are very good, I think they could have a pretty good season. But they're going to be very young, and they only have a few proven players on their roster, so I think they're going to be pretty bad. Their over-under this season is at 58.5, and I'm still taking the under. Then for the San Francisco Giants, last season they were 80 and 82, and this offseason they lost Blake Snell, Michael Conforto, and Thairo Estrada, but they added Willy Adames, Justin Verlander, and Lou Trevino. They got their franchise shortstop, Willy Adames, and he's still pretty young. He's only going to be 29 this season, and he's consistently putting up 30 doubles and 30 home runs a year, and plays good defense. Then with Justin Verlander, you're getting a good veteran pitcher and future Hall of Famer, but he is 42 years old, and he really fell off last season. In 17 starts, he had a 5.4 ERA and just 74 strikeouts, but he was injured for a good portion of last year. I think he'll bounce back a little bit. Then Lou Trevino is going to be a middle reliever. He hasn't pitched in the MLB since 2022, but he had a few pretty good seasons with the A's. But overall, I think they have a very good team, and I think they're going to be much better than last season. Overall, I really like their team. They're also going to have their center fielder back this season, Jung-Hoo Lee, and he only played 37 games last season, and he did struggle a little bit adjusting to the MLB, hitting 262 with just 4 doubles and 2 home runs. Then I think they could have a pretty good rotation this season with Logan Webb, Justin Verlander, Robbie Ray, Jordan Hicks, and Kyle Harrison. I'm still pretty high on Kyle Harrison. He was one of their top prospects, and in his first 2 seasons he has struggled with putting up over a 4 ERA in both years, but I think he could have a breakout season. The over-under this season is 80.5, and I'm taking the over. Then for the Arizona Diamondbacks, last season they were 89 and 73, and over the offseason they lost Christian Walker, Jock Peterson, Paul Sewald, and Josh Bell, but they added in Josh Naylor, Corbin Burns, and Shelby Miller. Naylor was a very big addition to this team, and I think he's honestly better than Christian Walker. Last season he batted 240 with 27 doubles and 31 home runs, and had 108 RBIs. Naylor's a great overall hitter, despite him only hitting 240 last season. In 2023, in 121 games, he batted 308, but he has the tendency of going into big slumps, where he only hit 100 for a month. But he can consistently put up 30 doubles and 25 to 30 home runs a year, while also driving in near 100 runs. And he's much younger than Christian Walker at 27 years old, but he will be a free agent after the season. Then they got the best pitcher in free agency with Corbin Burns, and he's coming off a very good season where he came in 5th place for Cy Young, and in 32 starts, he had a 2.9 ERA, a 1.0 whip, and 181 strikeouts. And now the rotation is looking very good, with Corbin Burns, Zach Gallen, Merrill Kelly, Eduardo Rodriguez, and Brandon Pfaadt. And this team was just in the World Series 2 seasons ago, and I think they're going to have a bounce back season from last year. The over-under is 86.5, and I'm taking the over. Then the San Diego Padres. Last season, they were 93-69, and this offseason, they lost Jurickson Profar, Ha-Seong Kim, Tanner Scott, Kyle Higashioka, and Martin Perez. Then they added Jose Iglesias, Jason Hayward, Connor Joe, and Nick Pivetta. Overall, I think they did get worse. Their lineup did get worse by losing Jurickson Profar and Ha-Seong Kim, and that's going to be a major hit to their bullpen losing Tanner Scott. Then with them adding Nick Pivetta, he's a solid starting pitcher, and he'll give them around 140 innings, and he'll probably have an ERA in the low fours. But it's a big hit to their rotation not having Joe Musgrove at all this season, with him out with Tommy John surgery. But they still have Luis Arraez, the best contact hitter in the MLB. Then they still have Fernando Tatis Jr., Jackson Merrill, Manny Machado, and Xander Bogaerts. So I still think they're going to be a pretty good team, but I do think they're going to decline the season. The over-under is 85.5, and I'm taking the under. Then finally, the Los Angeles Dodgers. Last season, they were 98-64 and won the World Series. And in the offseason, they lost Jack Flaherty and Walker Buehler, but added in Roki Sasaki, Blake Snell, Tanner Scott, Kirby Yates, Michael Conforto, and Ha-Seong Kim. And it continues to seem like the Dodgers have unlimited money. They're able to sign every big-name free agent, and they by far have the best roster in the MLB. Their rotation is looking crazy, with Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Roki Sasaki, Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow, and Dustin May. Then later in the season, Shohei Ohtani should be pitching again. And they still have Tony Gonsolin, Clayton Kershaw, Emmett Sheehan, Gavin Stone, and Bobby Miller. And their lineup is crazy, with Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Teoscar Hernandez, Max Muncy, Will Smith, Michael Conforto, Tommy Edman, and James Outman. Overall, their roster got better, and they're coming off a World Series championship, and this is going to be scary for the league. The over-under the season is 103.5, and I'm taking the over. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. Goodbye.